Kevin Durant is averaging 26 points since becoming a Sun. Phoenix is a perfect 8-0 with KD in the lineup. This after a 119-115 win over the Nuggets last night. Shannon, what did the Suns show you with that game yesterday?
Well, nothing really, Skip. They struggled. I mean, maybe they underestimated because they saw the Nuggets starters weren't going to play, and maybe they took the foot off the gas a little bit. It's like it was going to be easy. But commend the Nuggets because they played well. Bruce Brown played unbelievable. Reggie Jackson, Reggie Jackson, Mr. October, the other Mr. October. Ish Smith came off the bench and gave him real. Uncle Jeff played well. I'm just trying to figure out how Thomas Bryant can't get any run, considering that he played so well in AD's absence. He barely, I mean, all I see is when I look at the stat line, is DNP, coach's decision. I think he's regretting that, talking about, I want to get me out of here because I want more minutes. And he hadn't got those minutes that he had hoped for.
Yeah.
Skip, look, KD was sensational down the stretch, but he had to be. He played 40 minutes last night, Skip, and they needed 41 minutes, and they needed all those.
They did.
Chris Paul made every big shot he took in the fourth quarter, and they needed that last night just to overcome Bruce. Bruce Brown was 11 of 18, 9 of 9 from the free throw line. Reggie Jackson was 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He had 20. DeAndre Jordan, there was a DeAndre Jordan sight. He was 12 and 11.
It's pretty good for him.
Yeah, Christian Braun had 15.
He did.
Skip, but I'm not taking anything away from this. KD said he was glad to get 40 minutes under his belt. I don't know if they're going to allow him to play tonight, considering normally guy played back-to-back. He just played that many minutes the night before. Probably not going to play at all. If so, the minutes will be very limited. Chris Paul, Skip, it took a career high. Chris Paul is in year 17?
Yeah.
And he took 7 threes.
Made 7.
Made 7.
I mean, that's his career
12.
high.
Yes. Took KD 6.
I'm surprised that's his career high.
I am.
Do you remember the playoff game, the closeout game here at Staples?
Yeah.
What used to be called Staples against the Clippers?
Yep.
He went berserk.
A lot of those were 2s and 1.
I know, because his trademark is that sort of free throw line pull-up jump shot, right?
Mm-hmm. But Skip, like I said, KD was sensational. Every big shot that they needed to make. You see the Nuggets go and get a lead of like 6 points, and then KD comes bomb a 3. And they go up, he cut it to 3, and now the Nuggets go down, make a 2, and cut it and get it back up to 5, and here comes Chris Paul. He bombs a 3. So they really couldn't put no tail-like distance between the two, but give the Suns credit. They found a way to stay close, and then the fourth quarter, KD and Chris Paul took the game over. But I'm not reading too much into it. D-Book struggled last night, but they still found a way to win the game, and that's what good teams have to do. When you got KD, there's not going to be very many games in which KD struggles. So even if he does struggle, you got Book. Book is not going to always shoot 3 of 15 from the floor, 3 of 12 from the floor, 1 of 5 from the 3. Chris Paul might not have a 7 of 12 3-point shooting game, Skip, but we know he's capable of having big games.
Yeah.
They just come with less regularity now as he starts to age. But I'm not reading too much into this. Like you said, I believe the Suns are a very good team, but they're not invincible.
Okay. My turn. I am reading everything into a game last night against Denver's second team because I loved what I saw when it was time to see it.
Right.
I'm going to go back and stand by what I said. I hark back to that moment where in Phoenix, in Glendale, at the Super Bowl, it's cold in the morning, but the sun is about to rise, and it literally rose on the Suns because that night, in the middle of the night, we heard that they had acquired Kevin Durant.
Right.
And I opened the show by telling a Phoenix-based crowd, I think you just won the NBA championship.
Right.
I still believe that. I was a little shaky when KD is shooting some sort of pregame layup. He's not in the layup line. He's just doing it by himself. And he gets his feet tangled. I don't know what happened. First, I thought it was a slippery spot on the floor, but I think he just had 2 left feet for the wrong moment in time, and he turned his own ankle by himself, in and of himself.
Right.
And he just came back. So he's played now 8 games with his new teammates for the Phoenix Suns, and they have won all 8. Why was I so heartened by what happened last night? It's because I don't care who they're playing. They could have been playing the Washington Generals, who used to be the fodder for the Globetrotters, and they're down 99-93, albeit at home, with 8:34 left in that game. And guess who said, not in my new house?
Right.
Kevin Durant says, watch this. And over the next 4 minutes of that game, only 4 minutes, he scores 12 points. Not all 12 straight,
Right.
but 12 points in a row. And it starts with he makes 2 free throws. Well, is
Right.
he not as deadly a fourth quarter free throw shooter as you'll ever see? He's as deadly a first, second, and third quarter free throw shooter as you'll ever see because he's a 90%er. So he makes 2 free throws at 8:19. He makes a 3 at 7:59. He makes a 15-foot jumper, and he is the master of the mid-range jump shot with 6:43 left. He makes 2 more free throws, swish, swish, at 5:28, and then he caps it off with another 3 at 4:10 that put them back up 2. Then to your point that you made, then CP3 got into the act, and he made a big 3 with 3:08 left, and they closed the deal. From down 6 with 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes left, they go on a 26-16 run to close the game. You can poo-poo, laugh, scoff, whatever you want at the competition, but remember, they're kind of in exhibition season. They're kind of in preseason. They're just trying to figure each other out. And I loved what everybody said after the game, that Chris Paul said, look, this is a new way for me. I never really played with guys getting double like this. You need to use these games to figure each other out.
Right.
Well, he's figuring out for the first time in his lengthy career, he keeps, how many times you've seen him? Remember that game against Dallas that they played on that Sunday?
Right.
Down the stretch, he's looking around like, wait a second, you're daring me to shoot?
You're going to leave me wide open.
Okay, because you got 2 guys over there on Book and you got 2 guys over there on KD, and it's me. And he made them against Dallas down the stretch, and he made a career-high 7 last night because he's going to get these shots. And then I loved what Kevin said, because he said it felt good, but it's always good to log in late game minutes. Well, he gets this. That's why he came to life.
Because he don't come playoffs.
Yeah,
you're not playing no 32, 33 minutes. You're going to be in the high 30s, low 40s.
He said 40 is a number I love. I like to hover around that number. We had to make some meaningful plays in the fourth quarter, so it was good for us. It was just a little microcosm of let's see how we do. It's a practice game. I don't know what you want to call it, but all of a sudden they say, oh, Kevin can do that.
Yeah.
And Chris is starting to feel like that's Kevin's spot. And if I get him the ball there, he's really comfortable.
Yes.
And if I get him the ball there and they triple team him, all I have to do is say, give me the ball back, and I got this 3-point shot.
But in a situation like that, look, even though Devin Booker is a tremendous player, all the focus is going to be on Kevin Durant.
You got it.
This is going to be his opportunity to operate. He's never going to be able to operate more one-on-one.
You know what? You're right. He should be right in the same league with Chris right now, thinking, oh, I'm licking my chops.
Yeah, the barbecue chicken.
Yeah, right?
The barbecue chicken.
Yeah, because a lot of times he's just going to get one defender as opposed to the usual 2, right?
Yes, because the attention goes to Kevin Durant.
All right. Kevin is at the apex of his talent to me. I wasn't sure. I'll give you this. He's on the backside of his prime, but he's definitely still right in his prime.
Yes.
And remember, this was his destination choice. He wanted to go to Phoenix. He wanted to play with Chris. And I believe with all my heart and soul, he wants to do everything in his power to help Chris win a first ring.
Right.
Chris has been doing this for a long time at a very high level. I've had some issues with his behavior before on the court because sometimes he just loses his mind, and we've seen some below-the-belt shots. But in general, he's fought hard his whole career, and it feels right to me that he deserves a run at this.
Right.
He got to the one finals, and then Book pulls his hamstring in the middle of it, and they fall apart. Remember, they won the first 2, and then they lost 4 in a row? Yep, and that was the end of that deal. So it would do my heart good to see Chris Paul win a ring, sort of going along for the ride with Kevin. But if they're going to go places in the playoffs, Chris is going to have to keep making these wide open threes.
Yes. Okay. Because Skip, you got to rotate. KD first option, Book second option.
Yep.
Chris is going to get a lot of these wide open looks.
Yep.
The question is, can he knock them down?
Yep.
And if he can knock them down, they're going to be tough. Because I'm not leaving KD wide open. That's for damn sure.
No.
And I'm not leaving Book.
Okay, so their X factor is exactly like your X factor. It still comes down to that big guy in the middle, and he's 7 feet tall compared to 6'11" for Anthony Davis. Do I think DeAndre Ayton is as good as AD? I do not. But is he capable? Is he capable of giving you 15 and 12 on a nightly basis?
What was it, the first game? I think he gave you 20 and 20 against Milwaukee.
Yep.
He's more than capable.
Yep.
I mean, Skip, last night he only took 9 shots. He was 7 of 9. He had 16 points.
Okay.
It's the rebounding total that's concerning. 5? Bro, you 7 foot tall. You only got 5 rebounds. That's 5 more than me.
How many times have you said that about Anthony Davis?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, they got Skip, they got out rebounded. What, by 5?
Okay. Rebounding is partly luck. It's just caroms. It's bounces. Does it sort of fall in your direction?
And hustle.
But no, I was going to say it's mostly desire to me. Do you want the basketball worse than the other
Dennis
guys?
Rodman was not no leaper.
He was not no leaper.
But he led the league. He led the league in rebounding 7 times.
Yeah, listen, Dennis Rodman could barely dunk.
Yes.
No, seriously. Every rebound he corralled, it came down to him because he was anticipating the bounce. And he was shielding, screening somebody off with his butt. And it's all about position. And then in the end, it's just about your heart. Is your heart bigger than theirs?
See ball, go get ball.
That is correct. What did Pat Riley once famously say?
No rebounds,
no rings. It's as simple as that. Now you got 2 big X factors in the West, Anthony Davis, DeAndre Ayton. No rebounds, no rings. Who wants the West ring? Not that it's a full ring, but who wants to go represent the West in the NBA Finals? It well could come down to those 2. Who's got the most guts? Who's got the biggest heart? Who cares the most? Whose desire will outweigh the other guy's desire? That's it. Okay, well, I'm not completely sold on DeAndre Ayton, but I'm sold on those big 3 because when he comes along for the ride, you have a big 4.
Oh, for sure.
That's why I like them. That's why I love them. That's why I think they can win it all. I think they will win it all. You don't.
Like I said, but who am I going with in the West? Like, man, they're going to really have their work cut out for them. All things being equal, the Lakers, Memphis is a big team.
They are.
That cause you a matchup problem because at the end of the day, who's going to match up with Ja?
For Phoenix, you mean? Well, Chris is going to have to guard him a lot. He's just going to have to do it with his head more than his body.
Because all they're going to do is put you in the pick and roll and and he's going to try to get downhill. Do and ones, or he's going to throw the lob up to J-Jack.
Okogie can really defend at a high level, but he's in that 6'5" range, you know. So I don't know. Maybe he can guard Ja some.
Well, you got to just hope like they're not seasoned enough to understand game 6, game 7, late in ball game execution. KD said we just need CP to read the game like he says, college, high school, whatever the game tells him to do, he's going to go out there and do that.
Look, in the end, playoffs are about big shot making. And those 3 guys can make big shots. Listen, Devin Booker is a clutch, big game, big shot maker.
It might not be from 3, but he's going to get to his spot.
He's going to get to his spot, and he's going to
elevate.
And as our man Eddie House told me from day one, because he used to be sitting courtside for a lot of those early book games, he said he's got that dog in him. Because he does. So here we go.
You just need KD not to do what he did again.
Suns at Lakers tonight, guys.
That will not happen.
That won't happen again?
No, because that was all about Kyrie.
Man, don't do that. Skip, don't do that.
Kyrie. It was just issues everywhere. That team had no heart. Its heart had been ripped out.